Welcome to our new series where we go to some of the world's best golf courses and we find the most challenging two putts on their green complexes. This video is from the Marquis at Woburn Golf Club, and we're going to go out and find some tricky slopes, some hard two putts, so that when you come and play here you might be able to avoid a nasty three putt or two, and you might even learn something along the way that you can take into your own game and improve your putting. Here we are on the third of the Marquis Golf Course at Woburn Golf Club, and what a beauty it is.
Amazing green comfort, really is.
Yeah, gorgeous. Lots of optical illusions also.
So there's plenty of slopes around here. We've got big trees. There's a lot of raised areas around the green. This is definitely one of the greens that causes a lot of trouble for golfers. And it's quite a long second shot in here. So quite often people are putting from the front quarter. And we've got our pin position, pretty common pin position for this green, in the back right hand quarter. And we're going to talk about how this catches out a lot of golfers. Because what we actually have here is a sneaky double break. And it's going to go right to left and then left to right. But it actually plays as a dead straight aim. And the funny thing about this read is there's a huge slope to our right here. So the first third of this is travelling across a big slope, and that would influence a lot of people's eyes. They'd see this and they'd want to aim more right.
Yeah, sure. Immediately your eyes are going, it's going to come hard off that.
Yeah, but we know that what happens in the first third isn't going to affect break, so we could just forget that completely. And it looks flat in the sort of second half, but there's enough slope there to bring the ball back left to right. So it comes out as a straight aim. Tell us a bit more about double breaks, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great optical illusion because the surroundings behind the green and even the mounting on the green themselves, you've got a couple things going on. First of all, we have what's called a high horizon, which means the terrain behind the green is higher than the green itself. And when your brain sees that, it flattens the green. So this looks a little bit uphill, but not terribly uphill. But what we can presume from that illusion is that it's going to be a very slow putt. It's going to play much slower than our eyes perceive. Okay. Right, and then we're also influenced by a lot of other things going on. We have a low horizon on the right side, which flips your brain, flips the green the other direction.
Sure. Yep.
Right, so your eyes won't pick up the left to right that's happening at this.
And there's some shoulders here, and we know there's a big slope onto our left there.
Yeah.
Overall, there's an awful lot going on this green. So this comes out as we've aim pointed it, we've read the putt. Where we've read the putt, it's given us a read of straight aim. So it's aiming at the flag, but it's going to be a double breaker that breaks right to left and then left to right. So
right. Yes, please give it a go.
So interesting what you said there about it plays longer than it looks.
Yeah, because it doesn't look that uphill.
No.
And I guarantee you it's plays slower than you think.
Yeah. Okay, so let's have a go at this. And this straight aim feels strange because I know there's a big slope that I'm going across.
Can you feel it lining up to the ball?
Yeah, I'm going to have to just commit to my straight aim.
Oh, that's going to be good.
It's real good.
Wow.
Great fight.
2 cups. We're about 2 cups out there. I hit that a lot harder than I thought I had to.
Right, yeah. And that's that illusion, is you just can't pick up the elevation change because of the surroundings.
And that was a straight aim. I'm really happy with a 2 putt from like 60 feet there. And it really felt like this was going to do more.
Yeah, can you feel it standing over the ball?
Yeah.
So you're influenced by that also.
Totally. I mean, yeah, that's a good 2 putt from there.
Yeah,
so,
great 2 putt. Yeah.
There's so much going on. Just look up and it's just things everywhere that you have.
Yeah.
And if we now move, say, 25 feet left, a little bit of a shorter putt, we're going to bring in that big slope there. This is also a pretty common place for the ball to finish.
Yeah.
It's almost in the heart of the green.
Yeah, it's filtering down off the edge and that's it.
But putting from the middle of this green brings a whole new host of issues with the read.
Yeah.
So let's go and have a look.
Let's have a look, yeah.
Okay, Mark, so I'm going to give you this read now, and we've only moved sort of 20 feet left of where we were. We're in the heart of the green, which is a good iron shot, good approach shot. But this pin position and the ball finishing here brings a whole new host of problems. So why don't you go through the read and give us an idea of what you're experiencing there? Because visually, you know it's left to right.
Sure, yeah.
But I'm going to feel that when you aim for this, there's going to be a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, visually looking at it, I would think 3 or 4 feet left of the hole, but but we know not to trust that, do we? So
Yeah.
if I get up here and aim point, whoa.
There we go.
So that's a 5 or a 6, and then it's flattening out, right? So I'm going to say if I cut this long, 6 fingers, which if I do 6 from here, that is about 12 or 13 feet of break. So this is 3 times more than a nice sound. So if I do a 6, oof, so it's miles.
You just don't see that.
No, you don't see it. Oh, look, it breaks every bit of that. Look at that. Didn't quite hit it. Same problem as before. It's more uphill than we perceive, but it broke every bit of 12 feet right there.
Okay, let's hit that again. And
Okay.
leave that again. What about speed? I think it's just, I mean, the read's perfect.
Yeah, the read's spot on.
It's interesting fact that there's that false horizon.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. So reading is just a part of this.
There you go. Yeah, I mean the read's perfect. Pick up the 6 here. You don't. Now I don't see the 6. Like I can tell there's slope here, bigger than average, but I do not see a 6% slope. I would call it maybe a 4 best. Yeah. And when you stop and you walk in, you're like, wow, I'm really going to pitch hard down the hill.
So we found about 12 feet of break from around 30 odd feet.
Yeah.
That is a tricky too far. What's this big section?
Yeah, and that's not overbred.
Really allow for a lot more break on this part. And you know what? It's false horizon. It's shorter than it is.
Yes. That's right. Anytime you see a high horizon, that's going to play slower. So a good tip.
Okay, so we have now found ourselves on the 9th green on the Marquis at Woburn, and stunning golf hole.
Unbelievable, actually, yeah.
Beautiful. Just looks amazing. You've got all these beautiful, trees and plants all around the green. We've got the dip there with the ferns in, but this green is not a nice green to putt on. There's so much going on. We've got our low horizon.
Very low horizon down there where everything falls off way down, right?
A lot of hidden slope, a lot of really sneaky hidden slopes. And I think a lot of the trees and the bits that are going around this green really add to the optical illusions.
Yeah, this green is a follow-on to the previous green we did where we have the opposite effect. We don't have a high horizon, we have a very low horizon.
Yeah.
So if you look off to the back and right, I mean, you can't even see the ground that direction. It just falls off into nowhere, which is going to cause us to really tilt the green the other direction.
Right.
So we're not going to see slope going to the right,
Yep.
is what we can assume. Anything going to the right, we're just not going to see it because we're going to be confused by it, by the obstacles.
That's really interesting because this is a putt that a lot of golfers would miss way right.
Yeah, oh, I believe it. Yeah, I believe it.
So low horizon, a bit like an infinity pool, right?
Yes, a very low horizon because, like I said, you can't even see the ground back there.
Yeah.
It goes below what we can see, and so it could go down 100 feet for all we know. And our brain, even coming up from the fairway, the green looked like it was just tilted straight up to me from the fairway, and you get up here and it's not.
No.
It's a lot flatter front to back than it appears from the fairway. So it's almost confusing when you come up because your brain's saying, "Wow, I thought it was straight up and down like this, and I'm getting up here and it's not like that." But I still have to deal with this horizon problem.
And it's built into a slope.
That's a pretty small complex.
Okay, so let's start with this part. If the pin location's on this back right side, this is a great iron shot into here.
Yes,
Very
sure.
good.
Yeah.
And it's a tough shot because it comes off a hanging line and it's down and then up again. So I think you'd be really happy if you hit your shot to say 20 feet here.
Yeah.
But this putt historically is always missed long and right. And if I come in and just get my slope feel, and this is why AimPoint's so good because we don't have to be tricked by optical illusions, we can measure the slope. So I've got my number, okay, and I'm playing this, playing it as a 3, which is quite a bit of break. But here's the thing. This is all about how long the putt's going to roll for because it's very downhill.
Yeah.
More downhill than it appears.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't look that downhill standing here.
And if we look at it from side on, it still didn't look very downhill.
Right.
So this is all about timing, and what we'll do is I'm going to time how many seconds this ball rolls to get to the hole.
What would you guesstimate?
I think it's going to give me about 6 seconds.
Okay, so we'll put the actual timer on.
Yeah.
Get
20-foot
the real
putt,
number.
taking 6 seconds, and that's how I'd approach this putt. I would think of it as in a, how long will it go for that much time?
So when you're doing your rehearsals, Jimmy, would you almost be getting that
Yes.
feel
I'd be rehearsing this and trying to visualize the path.
each path? Yeah.
And the surprising thing about visualizing time is it feels like it takes forever.
Yeah.
6 seconds
It does,
doesn't
yeah.
sound like a lot, but in roll time, it's a hell of a lot.
Hell of a lot, yeah.
So yeah, I'd be sort of getting a feel for how long, where will it be after each second's a good way of looking at this.
Yep.
Let's just get my aim point done again. Okay, so I'm going to really work on speed here. And this is just a putt you want to miss close. This is not a, I think I can make this one.
But you don't want to hit 6
You don't
feet
wanna hit
past
the
the hole,
six,
right?
this is-
Okay. So I'm going to hit the start button
Yeah.
at impact.
So you time it from start of roll to finish. What did you think the seconds would be, Gareth?
6 to 7. Good putt.
There we go.
Good putt.
So 8 seconds to stop.
Wow.
So it's
8
still longer than
seconds
we
to
thought,
stop.
yeah.
Okay, let's hit that again.
And even there, the last 5 feet looked like it just rolled
Just barely
ever,
moved,
didn't
yeah.
it?
And that's finished a foot short. It's a safe 2-putt.
Oh yeah.
So now I'm
Spot on with your read.
8 seconds again.
I think so, yeah. And you can put the 70 feet past it. Yeah.
Okay, let's play the 8-second roll. A little bit firmer. Okay, how was that time?
8 seconds.
Well, there we go. So 8
Both took
seconds stays consistent.
Yeah.
Right.
One is a foot short, and the other's maybe 14 inches long. And,
Dead on line.
and I've hit this putt a lot, and even then, I'm really shocked at how far that still rolled out.
Yeah,
Just keeps going.
I think if you weren't used to the screen, you would be quite surprised the first time you did this play.
I think what you would get here is immediately a ball 5, 6, 7 feet past, and this green is faster than the others. That's the classic
Yeah,
comment.
we hear that.
Yeah.
And I think there's a compound error here, which is the underread because you don't realise how much left to right there is.
Right.
And that's going to encourage people to hit their putts harder.
Right, and then when it runs too far, they say, "Oh, it's the valley effect because it's low down there." It's not that.
No,
it's an optical illusion. It's not that it's tilted. That there's a magical magnet pulling the ball. It's just it's tilted different than you perceive.
Yep. You didn't pick up on the slopes.
Right.
This is one 20-foot putt that you'd be happy with just a tap in for your next one.
Yeah.
If this goes in, it's bonus time.
Good. So we'll go look at a different one from a different angle, but still incorporating the same optical illusion.
Yep. Same distance,
Same-
same pin.
Same distance, same pin, and it's going to be a different effect on your read, but it's caused by the same optical illusion.
Okay, let's go do that.
So here we have another putt that's 18 to 20 feet with the very low horizon on the right side, which is causing our brain to flip the green up from right to left.
Yeah.
So visually looking at it, it looks fairly straight. I mean, I see a little bit of left to right in here, but I don't think I'd play more than a foot or two.
It's subtle. It doesn't look like there's much going on here.
I don't
Left
see
to right
it.
for sure, but doesn't look like a lot.
No,
No.
and standing at the ball, you certainly don't feel it because it's very flat where I'm standing. So that also contributes to the misread here if you do it visually.
Yeah.
Now, if I go through and do an aim point read, by the time I get here, that's a 4. Now, I do not see a 4 there, but if that's a 4% slope,
Got 5 feet of break.
yeah, and we do a 4 on an aim point, it's almost 5 feet left.
Yeah.
Visually, we might see
It's just a little
half
shadow.
of that.
Little
If
shadow
we're lucky.
flag.
I mean,
Yeah,
we know it's left to right, but you'd never see 5 foot of break.
every bit of
No
5
chance.
feet out on the left side there.
So let's see how this ball.
Now, I don't, it looks ridiculously high to me. Let's see what happens when we hit it up there. And it just slams to the right. And it was slower than I thought because of the low horizon.
There we go.
So there's another one we left.
Yeah.
Short. Yep. All right. A little bit harder. Gets all the way up there on the 4 and then just curls like mad. And there we go. Nice. But visually, you're never going to see that. The only way you get that read right if you go there and feel that much slope left to right.
Very good. So if you've got this putt, you better be allowing for enough break because that thing was breaking so much. From 20 feet, it broke 5 feet. That's 25% of the overall distance was its break amount, which is crazy.
Yeah. And to your point in the last putt, Jimmy, people will probably try and use speed here to manage this putt.
And it's uphill.
But it's uphill, so it
Yeah.
gets going and then it starts moving. You could leave yourself a 4 or 5 footer yet again.
That's an uphill putt breaking 5 feet.
Right.
The same downhill could be 8 feet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So we'll go have a look at one last putt, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a nice long one with the low horizon again. Let's go and show you it. We could spend hours on this green. We're going to show you one more putt because this is a very common place to putt from again.
Yeah.
If there's a front pin position, people are coming in from quite a height. We see a lot of balls finish past the pin. So this is very common, and where we're standing now with that low horizon again, this looks straight downhill.
Yep. Well, and there's 2 things going on here actually. There's a mix of a low and a high horizon,
Of course.
because it goes down 30 feet and it goes up
Yeah.
40 or 50 feet, and
Yeah.
so it's really confusing what's happening here.
Yeah, and this looks like it's straight downhill. It looks like it's going to be a putt that rolls forever.
Yeah.
But because of the way that low and that high horizon's worked out, see, this isn't flat. It's only a little bit downhill. And I think a lot of people leave this putt way short. They get scared at this. They hit it a lot softer than they need to.
Yeah, just standing here, I feel like you barely have to hit it.
Yep. That's exactly. It just looks like you just get this going and probably do the rest of the lines.
So we're going to play this putt, Gareth, and I think you've just got to feel, not be drawn into it, looking like it's going to be a long rolling putt.
Okay. Well, I've done my read.
Yeah, we know it's a 4.
Right. Also breaks a lot more than it looks like.
A lot more than it looks like.
Same thing. We're underseeing the break that direction. So left to right here and right to left here, we just don't see it.
40-foot putt. Likelihood of 1 putting about 2%.
Pretty low, yeah. 2 or 3%.
Likelihood of 3 putting.
Much higher than that.
Yeah. You're more like, a tour pro is more like to 3 putt than 1 putt.
Well, an amateur's going to 3-putt this like 50 to 75% of the time. Same thing.
They look short. You got to make yourself hit these ones, haven't you?
It's just visually, it just looks like it's going to take off there. And
Yeah. So you're going to putt to the fairway.
Also, it was fantastic lines. They read it beautifully. Now you've got a tricky second putt.
Yeah.
See, that looks like you've really got to bring yourself to hit that one.
Still not going to get there. Here you
Come
go.
on,
One
let's have
more.
another
One more.
So remember, if you get this putt in play, it looks like it's going to roll forever.
Yeah,
It just doesn't.
this putt's putting the hex on me. Okay, I'm just going to hit it. It feels like too hard and go with it.
Yeah, it won't feel good at first.
No.
Go, go, go.
You're kidding me.
Still not going to get there. That just shows how amazing the illusion is here.
We got another ball.
Yeah.
I got to get
We got one more chance.
I got to get this right.
It
Sneak up on it.
just goes to show how visually influenced we are.
Yeah, yeah.
We've got to overcome that now. Look at that longer
And
back
he's
swing.
standing on more slope
Yeah.
than it is up there, right? So
Now that looks like you've smashed it. And
you've made it.
ooh,
Barely. Perfect speed, but
right, as that ball got into its first it looked like it was going off the front of the green.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That would have probably finished 2 foot wide.
maybe.
Maybe 18 inches.
But it looked here like it was going to go off the front of the green. So, God knows what I felt like hitting it.
Yeah. Well, it felt wrong. It felt like it was the wrong speed.
So if you find yourself in this position here on the 9th of the Marquis course at Woburn, this putt downhill plays an awful lot slower than it looks.
Yeah, but it also breaks a lot more than it looks as well.
Yeah.
We're playing 4 there, which is huge. All right, guys, so we've got to the 13th green here, the Marquis course in Woburn. What a beautifully framed putting complex. This is just stunning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really beautiful. Lots going on here. Jamie, we've set up a putt for you, and maybe you might just talk us through what you see and what you think might happen.
Well, this is quite a long second shot in here. This is not an uncommon place to have a pin again. We've kind of popped to areas where regularly they have pin locations.
Yep.
And we've got our low horizon again. We've got trees. There's a hill going this way. There's so much happening here. And I think the size of the trees and how vertical they are has an effect on everything as well. Because it's a right to left break, but it doesn't look a lot.
Not at all.
Looks pretty straight. Not
Pretty
totally
supple.
straight, but looks pretty straight.
Yeah.
And if we hit this where we'd read the putt with our eyes, we're going to miss by 4 or 5 foot low, because this is a 5% slope.
Wow.
And
You surely cannot see that.
You cannot.
cannot see that. If I play my 5%, we've got that kind of 10-foot break actually.
Oh,
So we're aiming pretty much 10 foot to the right of that marker there, the ghost hole.
it looks like it'll just go straight to your aim if you aim
It
out there.
does.
It really doesn't look right. So what
No.
we'll do is we'll hit this on the correct aim point read,
Okay.
and then we'll show people what happens if we go with visual read.
That's right.
And
Yep.
we all agreed that the first one, that the visual read was close to what we all see.
Yeah.
But now we'll play our aim point version. The other thing here is this looks uphill,
It does look uphill, absolutely.
and when we looked at it from side on, it's almost level.
Right.
So
It'll be faster than it appears.
you got it. So we've got all these things going on again. This is a massive break. And we are finding the trickiest 2-putt, so no surprise we've got a huge break on these putts we're
Right,
playing.
yeah.
So let's see where a 5% read finishes.
Right, sort of, miles out to the right.
Yeah,
Right.
well, I mean, I'm happy because it's 14 inches
Yeah,
away.
you're a foot on the high
Super.
side versus 3 or
Great
4 or 5 feet on the low side, right?
And I think in my posture, I can feel so much weight in my heels here.
Yeah.
That's quite a common mistake for people to make, to start it high. Hey, I'm really happy with that. I mean, that's
It's
a,
great.
Well, absolutely.
Very good putt.
what do you reckon, 35 feet?
Yeah, you're 35 feet and you hit it to a foot.
Aiming uncomfortably high
Yeah.
because it looks fairly level. And the other thing was, I mean, the speed, I wasn't influenced by the low horizon and the fact that
Right.
it looks like it's uphill.
Yeah.
And
Perfect speed.
if you hit this too hard, it's going to catch that
Just
next
gonna-
slope.
If you didn't trust that and you pull it, you could leave yourself a real long second putt.
Well,
Yes.
strategically, you would always want to miss this on the high side because the low side is just down there.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy with that, guys. Let's go and see Gareth's double breaker that we found
Okay,
down.
all right. All right, guys. So we know this is a double breaker, but I'm standing here and my eyes are screaming at me to aim this putt left. Okay,
Mhm.
we've got a massive shoulder here on the left-hand
Yeah.
side. Everything looks like it's got to be pushed out or pulled out onto that left. I'm just going to pop back in off that side. But when I've done my read in there, that's not what I'm feeling.
That's a big slope,
That's a big slope. Yes.
left to right.
Yeah, on my eyes are just immediately. That's the first thing I picked up when we put the ball down here. I was
Yeah.
like, this looks like it has to be a left to right putt. But when I put my feet in there around about that halfway point, this is a 2% from right to left.
Ooh, I would never see that.
And we will test the incorrect read. Okay, we'll
Yeah.
move the correct read now,
Yeah.
but we will test the incorrect. And the difference, I think, the two results will be absolutely
Difference
huge.
between 2-putting and 3-putting, I'm sure.
Pretty much,
Just
I
on the
guess,
read.
yeah. Because once I've done this now, it doesn't feel comfortable because even when I look up to the cup, I can still see this infringing on my visuals, right? So I'm kind of getting a bit jittery and going, no, I want to hit this a bit left, if anything.
They feel like you're going to miss it 5 feet right, don't you?
Yeah,
First 40% is left to right.
Yep.
And it's a big slope.
it's a big
Yeah.
step, yeah.
So we're aiming right, and the slope's going to take it right.
Kick it right more, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what the ball does.
What's the ball do under your feet? Is it below your feet when you stand there?
It's pretty level.
Pretty level, okay.
Nothing
Alright.
much going on there. It's more when I look up to my target, and this is still encroaching here. I'm like,
Yeah.
I've got to aim this thing a little
Yeah.
more to the left, but let's trust the feet.
So you're
Confidence.
aiming, what, 3 feet on the right?
But about a putter on the right. Let's just trust the read.
So it looks like it's missing way right.
That's the thing. Okay, so I'm watching that and going, I've missed it high. I've missed it high.
There we go.
I don't think I've missed it high.
That's not a putt.
Yeah, I mean, when that was 10 feet from the hole, I was convinced this is missing high still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like it.
Well, I mean, it was right going right here.
Yeah.
And it was just veering off that way.
Yeah, really cool putt to see and then action. And then we need to hit, as I say, the opposite what we do with the eyes will tell us, let's get this thing aiming up that left channel. I think you're going to see a very different result.
What's the chance of a 1-putt this distance?
From here, there's 3%.
Yeah.
2 to 3, same as always.
So,
40
Oh,
feet double
I would have
breaker.
taken 2 putts all day.
Yeah.
Right.
So that slope doesn't influence break at all. Yet we were factoring it in with our eyes, and that's where people are going to get caught out.
Okay, guys, so here we have the third putt we're going to look at on the screen, which when I walk up to and look at it, looks like it must go right to left. You know, we assume most greens are pushed up from back to front.
Yep.
Visually, it looks like it goes subtly right to left. And as you saw from the drone shot, if you play it out right, it keeps going right and you miss more and more to the right.
Yep.
It also runs faster than we think because of the extremely low horizon behind it. So it's very easy to hit this 7 or 8 feet past the hole.
Yep.
Now, if we do a proper AimPoint read here, it says 2 left to right, which feels like you're doing it wrong. You know, when you even me standing up here saying 2 on the left, that can't be right. I feel like I'm aiming below the hole, 2 feet left of the hole, but that's what the feel said. And if we hit the putt, it's going left to right the entire way. And it is light as I hit that, it still was too hard.
Yeah.
Like I felt like that ball was not going to get there, and it's still 3 feet by the hole.
Yeah.
But visually, never would you walk up here and say, play this 2.5 feet on the left of this hole.
That looks higher over there.
Yeah. Looks like the whole thing goes this way, and the whole front of the green does go that way. But there's a subtle inflection backwards in the middle here that you cannot visually see. And the only way you could get that correct, if you weren't reading it properly, is trial and error.
Which not everyone has time to do, right?
Right.
You get one chance in the golf course.
You do. Unless you really knew these greens, you'd be getting caught out all the time.
Right, and the only other thing I'd say, Jimmy, if you hit a putt and it does something you just haven't anticipated, you're walking onto the next green when you're out.
Yeah.
I felt like I hit that softer, and I'm still past the hole on it.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got about 3 foot past.
But it's breaking 2.5 feet left to right, which again you can't see. So
No.
if you walked up here cold and just eyeballed it, did a visual read on this, you would have no chance to get it correct. No chance.
Okay, so we have had the chance to show you some of the toughest 2 putts here on the Marquis course at Woburn, and there's been some amazing optical illusions. We found some really tricky putts, we found some challenges that we had to overcome, and we hope that you've had a good insight into what you're going to get when you come and play this golf course. Just remember, when you're putting, you can't trust your eyes. Use a system, but more importantly, for success when green reading, work from the ground upwards.